So some live pictures here from Monson, and little bursts of wind with the pirate flag blowing there, but it's a hot wind when it comes through right now.
Yeah, and our favorite little Sea-Doo boat there. Yeah, you know, it's been sticky. We know this. One of the things that I realized the other day is I've been trying to do some projects like after I get home from work, which is about 7, and I'm not really a sweater. I've been sweating a little bit at night doing work.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
It doesn't take much.
Yeah, that's when you realize that, like, okay, it's really quite sticky. It's even 8 o'clock and you're still dealing with that. The dew points today are really, really high too. So let's take a look at our temperatures where they're kind of all over the place. Hot. Are we just going to look at this boat? Adrian, come on.
I mean, it's a nice boat.
Thank you. Thank you. All right, 90 in Algonquin. You know how I feel about that thermometer, but it's probably in the mid-80s there. 86 in Portland, 84 in Gray, 89 in Freiburg. To the north, similar, mid-80s there. Coolest spot at Frenchville, 78 degrees. It's the heat, yeah, but the whole cliche, it's the humidity, right? The dew points are 70 to 73, which is really high for this neck of the woods. And so that combination makes the heat index in the mid-90s, a couple spots in the upper 90s. Just started developing our first thunderstorms, rolling right over Winnipesaukee here. We'll see more of these develop as the day goes on. It doesn't look like the coverage is going to be tremendous, though. The entire state is not going to see showers and storms this afternoon, but some of these could be strong to severe later today and settling down by the early evening. So you'll notice this model doesn't pop that many of them. The best chances over southern and western Maine, but there's a few of them into Augusta here. This is 5 o'clock tonight. I think rapidly, though, these die down by about 7, 8 o'clock. Things settle down. It is a very warm night. Most of the night spent over 70 pretty much everywhere except for maybe the mountains and northern Maine. In a lot of cases in the mid-70s through the middle of the evening. That's an easy jumping off point for another hot and humid day tomorrow. And tomorrow is going to feel really soupy because there won't be as much sun, but it'll be just as warm in the upper 80s in a lot of spots with those high dew points. Then here comes some of that tropical moisture from what was left to barrel is going to get infused into a front. Now the position of that front is really crucial to this forecast, and it continues to look like it'll be over central to kind of central northern Maine where the heaviest rain will set in. This is Wednesday evening, and you can see some really heavy downpours perhaps into the mountains too. Again, that's that tropical moisture. You'll notice though, southern coastal Maine back into New Hampshire, not a whole lot going on there. There's a chance of a shower, but it doesn't look like a lot of rain. And then we set up on Thursday with kind of the same situation where the heaviest rain should be in central and northern Maine, those tropical downpours, and we may actually pop a little sun over southern Maine on Thursday afternoon. So it'll be all about where exactly that line of heaviest rain is. According to the GFS model, it's a pretty narrow band that goes through Bangor, back into Rangeley, maybe into Berlin, New Hampshire. And this seems reasonable based on what I'm seeing from the global computer model. So you're looking at 3 inches, maybe 3.5 inches of rain. Within that, we could have some flooding concerns, flash flooding most likely. To the south or to the north of that, you've got a chance for some downpours on Wednesday and Thursday, but they will not be consistent. It's just that anything that hits will have that tropical moisture to work with and give you some really quick, heavy downpours. Things settle down, though, as that moisture moves away. On Friday, there's a stray chance for an afternoon shower, but I think most of us are hot and humid. And the weekend at this point, after some clouds on Saturday morning, looks like another summer classic, rolling hot too, by the way, temperatures in the 80s. So we're basically in the mid and upper 80s straight through here. And there's not a huge difference between the coast and inland for a lot of those days because there's not a super strong sea breeze in there. So again, it kind of depends where you are Wednesday night, Thursday. Central and northern Maine will see some pretty consistent periods of heavy rain. I think southern Maine, even the mid-coast, may not get a whole lot of that and will just end up soupy. It's sticky now. It gets actually a bit maybe stickier on Wednesday. But we do, looks to clear out pretty good for the weekend, which is encouraging. We're just ripping those off.
I was commenting to Dana last night at 5 that it's interesting that it feels soupy now, and you guys keep telling us, oh, it's going to get worse. This is not soupy yet.
Yeah, and actually it's interesting too because the dew points today are above what the computer model is modeled for today. So that's not a great sign because we haven't gotten the tropical moisture yet. So
still on the way.
Buckle up. Yeah.
Okay. Keith, thanks.